security issue. This is the president you call a Akufo-Addo. Imagine 1 year free Facebook. Who we show no twa about here about. I want to go Ibra. Go break brother. You didn't go for a chia. On the area go for the Diana.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, good papa. Ganabam, if your apostle, your waist, all your body, you make basa. Thank you so much. Thank you. Me ba cho mami Ganabam on me. Kese ni mi no keto ana mi ansa. Se me ho na mo nyina tutu me waist me chi me baby me ko so dwa nyina me yasa. I feel good. Wa osa. Ah, abeg. What are you doing? I'm about to do. Ganabam. To wait here from doctor no. Where you there? Ebio. O massage there. 20 cedi. This September. Ganabam. Yento embeto ha. Efe September konti. Efe nchuobi 20 cedis. Ni doctor. Ni mo se we di Ganabam kan. Se am tuo. So so. If you make a Ganabam. You can resist.
Welcome to Autocheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many hour crash.
Sure. Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check. Visit Autochecks at Koforidua Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Autochecks, check.
Autochecks, your safety, our priority.
Check, Autochecks.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo. Can I join you guys?
Yeah. Always brave, fresh, natural, X, mineral, water.
Still got it.
Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. Welcome to the Royal Dazzle Event Center. With a lush and well-maintained lawn and garden, you are assured of the best serene and comfortable atmosphere to organize all your family and social events. Live the royal moments here with friends and family. The hosting capacity of 600 to 800 people makes Royal Dazzle the most versatile of places to host weddings, parties, funerals, conferences, concerts, and many more. Create your memories with us. Call us for inquiries on 055-814-8585 or 024-620-2144 or pass by and speak to any of our friendly staff. Locate us at My John, close to Zoom Lion headquarters. Royal Dazzle Event Center, creating memories. The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre ni yebusia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yamamwa kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ya wonhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuo bosia, susu account, ɛne daso wɔ hɔ savings account, mebada chain savings account, ɛne de akeka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 03422919896. Na won so wetumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank enti mepa minie.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Medasa social Abranaah on TV XYZ Medido Katechi Afrifa Mensa. Yamra back to the studio after say nipa bonefo ekati ye TV ne ye Facebook free muno. Ye wi akufo do asemka. It is the same betimi de TV ne ye Facebook na my no interruption. Nobody should interrupt it. But you see, this mindset belongs to the Stone Age. This mindset belongs to the medieval age where na enipa dwene. Akufo-Addo doesn't behave like a Democrat. Yamra back to the David Amwati, our national president for Traders Advocacy Group Ghana. And to train komo yewia. Owura Kofi Agra, our governance and security analyst. And also yeneno entry and komo. Yewia Mensa Thomas, the executive director, Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability. Bad mame and woman hono fan belt ni nyina adwuma. Unya Ghanaman capsules. Ghanaman capsules no be take baako ana mienu anopa ene anwumre anopa ene anwumre obubo bia obeye okay. Sanso na Prostar Joy capsules. Prostar Joy capsules. Prostar Joy capsules. Eba ne se bio Johnson ne ma. Eba ne se emuye oya wo Johnson a. Eba ne se kakra hwegu na so. Ne nyina wo hia Prostar Joy capsules. Se obese o prevent sa anema we nyina abranti obenom baako. But the CDA obenom baako anopa baako anwumre after meals. Fre 0244 727028 0244 727028 and 0244 754380 0244 754380. The Ghana Herb Therapeutic Producers of Ghana Balm and Prostar Joy. Anna Kachiro. Yamra back to the studio. Already David Amwati Penia Wada tag ano National President Traders Advocacy Group Ghana. Already David Amwati Akwaba. Baby Awoko there.
Yes, I do.
Already David Amwati you can say bonwire this year. Bonwire Bamai, bonwire Bomfa. This year, one prevent.
On cow, you remember your when your father would do one day. Baba answered you said you came for 1 year Russia for no much. I'm not doing what to.
I gotta say, best of times, younger than me, now say, fantastic. Ovia Kufiagra Sokwaba. Maybe I will call there. I don't know. Yabako straight now, Yashe, a year and somewhat Abba, Supreme Court say, we are referee. Ultimately, see Mqua Grona, Wakwa Dibi, and I'm saying, Okrano, maybe a Chemo, now representing a constituency. We will look at it in totality. I was making the argument in matters of this nature. Anka NDC as opposition party, they could file their friend amicus brief, say, Omo interested party in the case. Ebikura make say not the argument, Ora Abdullah Justice, Edekoyeno. It was not argument that the Supreme Court could really look at it and say, rule in favor of. Now, this is a case, there is another issue pending. Richard Delaska, MPP, on also the case concerning the Babin Ekas, what throw questions, so what throw the budget out. And then Minoka say, or the Attorney General Court. But the two of them are making the same argument, which in turn will force the Supreme Court to give a ruling that will go in favor. NDC as opposition party could not again file for a amicus brief, say, we are interested in this case at the last guy, the court. Now, if the Supreme Court should rule, say, Parliament, time wana abambabe, sumani babe tesono, it's illegal. It means the abanye in a betuogu. We will look at all these matters. I'm starting free Ora Kofia Grasso, since you are governance and security analyst.
Yeah, that's about
the constitution. Yes.
Yes, I mean that's it. Once again, a tear for me actually for
a tear for Joseph.
Always a opportunity to say one thing I say, no say in Bibia. There are other people I could have for on, but your opportunity now is for the sake of the nation. Some is opportunity. OSHA Supreme Court issues now. I'm a friend of the court because at least any lawyers, but yes, we are ready. Now we read the constitution and other legal documents. And I Supreme Court no OSHA for some time. Since the 1960s, even in the days of Kwame Nkrumah, one very important case of Riakotu and all that up to now, Koyago Pio to form Attorney General, all these cases. Now, Satankwana, it was an appeal court. It was not the Supreme Court fully fledged, but they were playing the role of the, the apex court. Supreme Court has my very landmark judgments are in there. Constitutional jurisprudence, which must here, and the case we is one of such cases. Constitutional Supreme Court original religion say in some say bar would be aggrieved under Article 130 to one and the rest. Uncle Supreme Court, Uncle besides here, and I think Supreme Court has done its work. The key issue no say. Article 104, 102 and all that about the powers now our speaker. And at the same constitution, my deputy speaker certain powers in terms of how I conduct parliamentary proceedings, including their voting rights and all that. For so many years, based on that, constitution, Article 11 and the Supreme, but beyond that, bodies are also giving certain subsidiary powers to make legislations, laws, and all that. But I can't say any law and any legislation be obeyed contrary to your constitution. It's ability. So based on that, Parliament who hear certain parliamentary orders now more guide or more Parliament.
Which is the standing orders of Parliament.
And we share every aspect of the constitution is subject to the constitution. Every law be out there. And to make our own state constitution, it virtually gave parliamentary supremacy in a way. And I react to case by the time of which or more just couples. Because at that time, there was a kind of supremacy given to Parliament. But Ushua from 69 going constitution now, it has given the constitution itself that supremacy. Say anything you be any constitution about it is null and void.
Which is the first
chapter Article 1 of the Constitution.
Article 1-2,
exactly,
where it says that this is the supreme law of the land, yes. And any law found to be inconsistent with this. Okay, so in this case, what is null and void in the actions of you can say Parliament when it comes to say Omoma the first and second deputy speaker no and Tuaba when they are sitting in. They have to take it should be from the constitution and to Article 102, 104 and the rest of Bukai say, oh preside there. The role of the speaker was mentioned, who is a speaker. And you say we are speaker now, a member of parliament. At the time elected as a speaker, you have to what's the name, abdicate the seat. Do at the Hokai. So do at the was an MP, immediately speaker no, he became a speaker and that seat was declared vacant. But the second we talk about the first and second deputy speakers who are now members of parliament. Omudasu members of parliament. They have not been told by the constitution say when they become first and second deputy, omu abdicate omu seat. And the interpretation of constitution by Supreme Court say based on that definition, who a certain guideline or whatever to make the first and second deputy speaker who take care of powers of voter. It is contrary to the Constitution 102, which Abdullah has taken to court, and the Supreme Court interpreted it very well. Ultimately, so the point is, at this stage, the key issue is somebody felt aggrieved by certain things. Constitutional man to me as a citizen of the country, regardless of his political persuasion, and all the court. All the court, the court ruled and says that upon the true and proper interpretation of 104, 1.3 and the rest, this is the meaning. So it's only the Speaker of Parliament that doesn't have that right to vote. But the first and the second deputy speaker, who are still MPs, have the right to vote, and therefore anything that regulation, standing orders, preventing one first and second deputy speaker from voting. And unity. And the Supreme Court will call back to two parts of Article 2. I say once that happens, it becomes law. And to what you were doing, okay, said there were time in this country, the offense like I said, is unbailable. Offenses you on man, I say we are unya bail. What's the name? Pebunmu. Magabamu court. And I call okay. That is not true. So upon true interpretation, the criminal law now use I say be aware some offenses are not bailable. It cannot be so. Depending on the circumstances, need the judge and the defense are not put up, you can be bailed. And since then, it became a law. Ultimately, and a case is a Supreme Court master order. Now, one this way, and you see the president, one of the grounds for which can be removed from office is that, or it can become a high crime. Say Supreme Court master judgment. Now, will be Philly say, this order now Supreme Court master. You can be charged for high crime and be in prison for about 10 good years. So for me, I think Supreme Court of Ghana, yeah, we can have problems with the judiciary, sometimes judges be, but I think distinguish say, I mean, if you study all the cases of the Supreme Court, who call Solomon 31st December case, who found most of the landmark cases, who two boys and all judgments now, I think that our Supreme Court, I should say, they know the law, and we should not do anything to denigrate our Supreme Court. So, in this case, the Supreme Court ruling, you are more in favor of the ruling.
I am very much in favor
of the ruling.
I've read the judgment.
Right.
Thematically, I think I'm in favor of the.
But some George and other members of the Parliament, like I say, Parliament is equally an institution on its own, just like Supreme Court and that of the Executive. Say Parliament mean go kan Supreme Court say ada na mokura motena cases so a case ni bo ho a mo delay sa ibo ba ya no ma fa chire no moye ada na mo style of choosing justices for the courts some way. If the Parliament cannot tell Supreme Court say this number of cases more facilitating at this point when you and I clearly know some of these things breaches the fundamental human rights of the people, every case is bailable. by Supreme Court. But the same Supreme Court in the court, no, yede eye obi ba ye finding guilty, but osiyensa am finding kotum etine police for so munwie wo investigation in a clear case of eye Sabranti Oliver. Now you see every offense is bailable until you are proven guilty. You see one concorda fiase. Parliament make an choice idea na we no a breach of. Why then you go and tell Parliament to say the momo ya hono mumunye the A B C or D? Is it no interference?
See all kind of doctrines of separation of powers. That's no more. You see these are theoretical issues. Say obi believe say executive war the to me. Parliament or legislature on it to me, and I judiciary on it to me. And you know, though sometimes no, me intersect. That is how come some of the system will be a legislature at the same time play executive role. So there are theories now just say, like you are saying, say we are separate identity and let's say judicial review. Why would the judiciary, which is a separate was sat to me? To determine the works of the executive and the legislature and to give set orders. But this is theoretical. But the point is, and I can say, your constitution, the ultimate in the country, clearly the role of all these departments and what the Supreme Court is supposed to do. If you have a problem with that, fine. But the constitution is clear on it.
The constitution is clear on it.
Over the bailable issues, like I was saying, every offense is bailable, but every case is meritorious. So based on the merit of the case, no, and our court will take a decision either to bail or not to bail.
Remember, I'm going to 8 years meritorious in the case of the debris, and so it simply means assembliano. You didn't say the assembly. Exactly. Mamenko ayo ura sepaso de dia meko ura sepaso and say Mr. Thompson, this is a case where a Parliament Speaker Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumani Gbagben watutu bia mane President of the Republic. President Ako make comment on the matter that was ruled. Now this is what he said. Also, the President's comment is myopic and unfortunate. The word myopic there, nature say as an argunisha, president, and people say it's very harsh. Also, the President's comment is myopic and unfortunate. It only goes to worsen the exorcism between the executive and Parliament. Mr. President, the issue being discussed is not about Parliament being above the law. Everyone knows Parliament is not above the law. The executive and the judiciary are equally not above the law. The issue being discussed is political question doctrine.
Political question doctrine.
It took centuries to detail out the strands of doctrine, and the principles are settled as to when and how this closed book could be opened. Where Alban Kingsford Sumani Gbagben Nadia, Watutua Mane, President of the Republic. What is your comment on it?
Your Katachebedasi, I've been chair for
Joso.
And no pay. Okatache, the first time I heard the President speak on this subject, the Supreme Court judgment, in fact, the anger and the disappointment I felt perhaps is compared to what the Speaker of Parliament was feeling when he was writing this statement you just read. Because I also had the same impression that, really, is this President a lawyer? Okatachi, you see, Oko Law School, one of the first cases you will learn under constitutional law, a case you be your friend Marbury and Madison. This was a landmark U.S. Supreme Court constitutional law case. Those times, an outgoing president, appointed judge. Na krata, I was say the my judge, went to me and found mano and sana all hand over. New president, because on the transition period, said the Ghana Hayeno on the 6th of January.
That's what it to me, my
yes, into midnight appointment, into president need be free power, no, and no appointed judge, no. Na krata also the my judge, no, not judge to me take your office, no. Or went to me and found mano, and hand power overpower the next day. New president nearby, no, and also the attorney general, or appointing the new attorney general, Madison. Now Madison say, oh, in fact, appointment letter no, and William Marbury, because they were against the appointment. But the guy has been appointed by the outgoing president. He has signed Kratano, so we all they have to do is to just deliver krataa. Until William Marbury court say the U.S. Supreme Court should issue what we call a mandamus.
Writ of mandamus.
Yes, to compel
forcing them to
the Attorney General to release the appointment letter to William Marbury. As I call court, the then Attorney General, the then Chief Justice Marshall, was studied the case very carefully, and he realized, no, this case is not as simple as everybody is looking at it, and it could bring a huge problem, because one, so me really say, Chief Attorney General Marbury, enfa chinchina onfa appointment letter no a friend is Attorney General Madison. Me really say chinchina aban no fa appointment letter no William Marbury. Aban bit may ignore Supreme Court judgment. Ompo omu so Supreme Court ntimi ntwe aban ko si aban no se chinchina fa krata fa appointment letter no omo ema abrantie no. And that judgment could have been ignored, and that will undermine the authority of the judiciary.
The Supreme Court.
So omu really so ema William Marbury so sorry, omu really ma aban so na so omu rejected mandamus no so timomfo no so say the Supreme Court was in bed with aban no, and that is why they have rejected the mandamus. So the Supreme Court came up with a plan, a strategy to resolve this conflict in a way that they can satisfy the guy, William Marbury, and also preserve the integrity of the judiciary.
Okay.
And offer this particular, I'm citing this case because it presented a similar situation to the Supreme Court. Say one, the Supreme Court really say a deputy speaker can preside and vote. Supreme Court cannot go to the floor of Parliament to enforce that judgment. They can't. The members
but in their case, they equally made that argument. They equally made. The case, judgment. The Supreme Court goes ahead to say, in view of the foregoing, we are compelled by the Constitution to hold that the Speaker or person presiding does not lose the right, the Deputy Speaker, Deputy Speaker or person presiding does not lose the right to vote, and when they are presiding over the proceedings of Parliament. It must be emphasized, however, that the procedural and or operational rules to practicalize the protection of this constitutional right in a member presiding in the absence of the Speaker and his or her duty to represent his or her constituent in the vote decision matters. Okay, all it's trying to say is that Parliament may achieve this by amending its orders or adopting parliamentary practices to give effect to the constitutional imperative.
Exactly. So until Parliament amends their standing orders, and he said that you cannot force a deputy speaker to vote.
Okay.
Again, who is going to achieve that? The Supreme Court cannot force the Speaker of Parliament to amend their standing orders because Parliament is a master of their own procedure, as stated in 2.4 in Attorney General. This judgment could pass as an unenforceable judgment, and that could undermine the authority of the Supreme Court. Again, the Supreme Court should have been very careful. Again, the Supreme Court should also have been mindful. Supreme Court now saying into tension our Parliament say Nanka in their judgment, they should have adopted a more reconciliatory approach in trying to resolve this crisis. But Okatachi Mate allow for be and free and judgment about almost started Casa and be teaming so and they are all basing their argument on one simple maxim of interpretation, which is the maxim of expressio unis est exclusio alteros.
As I say, Latin words expressio uni el expressio dia lacura. As I say,
the asset shine said Brofon was saying if something is expressly mentioned, it excludes all other things. Not just say you bought idea bakudia. Not just say idea constitution no emphasize idea for frubia That is how to interpret it. I haven't.
I will read the judgment carefully.
I think I had so many things to raise when you were speaking, but I was fine. No. Allow me. Let's have a fair discussion. Okay. Now they are all basing the argument on this Latin maxim, say because under Article 102 they made mention that a quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all the members of Parliament. And 104 did not expressly mention apart from the one presiding. That means, the Constitution, the framers of the Constitution, did not want to exclude the person presiding from voting or forming part of a quorum. And that is how they are using the Latin maxim, the expressio unis as exclusio terrorist, to justify this judgment. But these people are forgetting, sir. In law, there is something called drafting,
which can be said in tree.
Yeah. If we be drafting, said you see constitution. Now, one more constitution because the constitution a book now
right.
And you want me repeat it, BBA. And the opening clause could set up the foundation for the subsidiary provision. The Constitution should be read as a whole document because some of the provisions are interdependent on each other. A generation, it is no accident, say, Article 102 came before 104.
Right.
Because what the caricature say, and Article 102 say, a quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all members of Parliament. Now, wouldn't the quorum here? The quorum is to conduct business, right?
Right.
No vote can arise in Parliament until say
yenya quorum.
Yenya quorum to conduct business.
Me akoso abno ye ka quorum no na je say ye kire se nipa dodo a betimi ahia ama adwuma akoso wo Parliament. Parliament no je say 1/3 of the people. Ye chemu nipa miensa
apart from the person presiding. Enti I was a Parliament dey kan tenase e form a quorum to conduct business. And sana the matter of a vote can arise. Enti Article 104 is dependent on Article 102. And once 102 have set the basis, the 104, there was no need for the framers of the Constitution to have repeated the word apart from the one presiding, because that has been expressly said in 102. And that is
104
104
is not subject to 102.
No, moment pe. How by all depend by who did I buy. Points na
allow me.
2 minutes left.
You see, the frame, what they are saying, he said, the Supreme Court in saying what they are saying in their judgment, they say the framers of the Constitution should have been more repetitive. That's how I'm to be young say where they can catch 102 say before Parliament bet my tenase I just only 1/3 apart from the one presiding. And to mo tenase we are that's a vote arise here and no you need no young kind because they envisaged say Parliament tenase o mafo ko we nipa bet me pie enti ebi pie na be to ba yen san kan bi oni ehu nipa dodo ete ho say the be bet take a decision what say no constitution and kase apart from the one presiding enti what say constitution did not want to exclude them. That is extremely disingenuous and a narrow sense of interpretation. Finally, in your category, would the fa constitutional gymnastics we and let's come to common sense, because
which all law emanates
from common sense. I don't know obia betiase. So they say Parliament tenase. Speaker niho. First deputy speaker niho. Second deputy speaker na tena kunyem. And a matter of vote arise. You are calling for division. Division so you say you majority for us or na minority for us or na ya head count no be atonaba ni ehunu which party won. At the time second deputy speaker or presiding no ebe sorry so okoto naba. Who is going to sit in the chair?
Who does the Constitution say?
Me. Oh, please.
I'm not giving you an answer. Just a second.
By the time you I will not time for rebuttal.
No.
Write it down. See, 1 minute never see me.
Okay, time my second deputy speaker no best sorry so okoto naba because when you call for a division nobody sits down to vote. Say your voice vote. Now say obi raise a call for a division. Nobody sits down.
That's all baby who belong there.
Sorry, in the House of Commons, UK, the UK Parliament now. I don't call what die or muko majority for na ma no obi akore na ya counting. What you say? But yan ha ye nibi. Enti we mu sori ko ha na we ma sori ko ha. At the time the akunyem num ebe sori se ono so ekoto na.
Because akunyem strategically baby o tin what middle of the house. So it mean to enter on to aba. Yeah, okay.
It mean on to aba. Especially when there's what happens when there's a secret ballot? If the voting is a secret ballot.
A
secret ballot and so be about to also the frack when to aba. Time or best sorry so to aba no why never preside over the house. That's the first question. 2, can any parliamentary business go on without a speaker sitting in the chair? Read the constitution. Okay,
where are your questions? Ora Mensa Thompson. Ebusa or say can any parliamentary lawyer for Mr. Mewo lawyer ni Dennis Ejejumo we chorobra question obusa ye na ye Kofi Agra so be na no but you know me I just want to asura dey for aka je dey
nka ye pa fasi afra dey kamada na so meka kakra you see mamenfa mo fidi cases na mencha Ghana dwedifo titiri ne omomode omo abese
traders advocacy group
na menuanom so amene omashia mencha omo ya bedru hanum nyina because of 220 yeah what NDC any MPP form omo nyina they should bow their heads in shame. I didn't think make us how on earth and I ever talk about 2020 election and I walk at the obi share on come say MPP beti me wini ho ya nka be yedi
David
ye be to aba and na wunya enkomsheni no share enkom say NDC beti me wini wanchi a nka be yedi oh nsa ne ma we see nyina they will not learn na say MPP for so mo ye polling station so when yes
aye
if you do NDC for also the same thing will happen. They will not learn. Sure. Again, Crawford and Moody almost. Some Crawford and Moody almost know the way back or Sydney Power the neighbor and Penno.
Chinchinanche.
And I'm saying 2 million Yamundi Pane and hand time in Tino. Then you think crime.
You do about show woman.
Nyaupa, Nyaum Penno. Yes, we na Monfanonco. Ain't Senka. Sata momudu wenchi ni e ka cho sa pepe ya mode ni be omo number ye mpe no we ni ese ye pe omo se da ama se yes one to bravo
aye
se ye kan omo ye secret ballot ya ye trust I want to bravo ntimi ballot bi
yeah
ye ka sa want to bravo ntimi nye bi hwe media nka ebeye media se nko mbesua bibie film. God in his own wisdom. Say ya to aba 137.
You see that?
Oba man more 2020. Who's a man of parliament?
2020.
Yes, and this was 20. MPP was 20.
Yeah, that's true.
So nature in its own wisdom. So we should come together and.
Do say any idea no money? Say any BNDC, BNPP, and near Pensa Ghana. Why never power? Na die nyina ne se me de me ba ma me manfo nwa kire wo. President Ben ye nya na ye be nya na ono de ne oba power ne de ne se me be ye ne ma me manfo nwa kire. E bi ni wo sa
e ku for dem se na net.
Me de me nyi ni da se president bi e be ba power se me de me ba se me be ma me manfo nwa kire wo. Ye mbe se me kan se. Ye interest se o mine. He we me say one was on beside politics. Now you ready for your train. Political party are winning. Now beside the dollar CD. About politics. And a fuel price.
Oh, are they?
Oh, now tell me you know my feeling. Fuel price. And because God is teaching us something, but they will not learn. That's right. They will come back to do the same thing. Hey, NDC. MPP ne started omo de petro eye politics omo ba ye kofu man e kosoro NDC AB omo ba ye kofu man e kosoro enunti egradifo any timamufo na hu se ye woni maybe on my yemfa politics me parliament we on na me de say dey who can say omo ntimi mfre o
dabi omo agom ho no
speaker na you know te where's in the
myopic I say president
it is a mitidom na so omo so bu aten bi na me ka say speaker pa sa ma o ka e myopic obetima afra me obetini hwe the odi akire esua the odi kan nante.
Is it not the case sir Kenya 137 here with one a year independent who happens to be MPP member some time ago. Now your president here, Sabin previous so what tenase adwene kwachiri. E wonu say ade we kura nke bi nsida. Me pension na see. We've been calling as a nation say winner takes all attitude is something that abo mine form for 30 years. Your last hope in your Kufuor. Etike Kufuor, is it not the time to unite the nation rather than this as a jail posture? I will fight my way through instead of bringing everybody concern. They're more friend of consensus. Yeah, I'm coming from consensus.
Baby, I know me ban say. Ankadi ni si ye kwan say. Ebia sanya nyankopon ma election ko ye no. Ministry we 5 monje monfa monkro formra. Ye mo appointment. Na ye nhwe ha mi so nyina na de bia mpa ya me bone say. Say NDC we need power. MPP we need parliament. Say MPP we need power. NDC we need parliament.
So they can check each other.
Yes. Nemum nia eko suidie. Masesa madwen. You be we need power, we need parliament. Because how on earth and asemesi ye ka na ye talk ye kon dokwa parliament. Ye ka blade of parliament. Ye penya akunya of parliament.
And ye fa
nya baby
even you
no ya no ni adia sa wo ya then wo ka che nyankopon so onim nyansa enu tire nyame ma ye nyina wo ma obi adwen no eti last mete shop akwa bikuta ade ba kwa michiri no na odi aba o bra mpa cho sampa bo we menya bi ade nti na wo pe we bi a me hunso obi hye. God gave you a mind of your own. Eti so ade na obi aye na eye wo fe no wo so ye bibi ebe ye obi fe eti nkadi ade o ene mi nwa no ebi a ministry we 1 2 3 4 5 NDC 4 mumfa nkofomra CPP ye mamo be 2 na ye nyina ye ntrase ni mu ma we hu se apart from Ghana any baby akọ na so winner takes all enunti obi nim dia wo ade ntini akoto aba obi anya 5 million out of 5 million ni nyansa ni ba kokra wo ya to aba obi anya 137 of parliament obi anya sani ba kokra nim eni eto na ye hu sei ene hwede wiase ko ebeto mire bi no obi onukra ne de odi ne nso no ama obi etinia Ghana ekosese no yentrase na emi wanwa se time ada mani ji wo mi wiase pa ne se ada ye yi speaker right honorable Abangbabe sana dwene mani ji identity mani ji because obi a onni obi a na wa che o parliament etina mi free say sa ye ko ye nim ni de enkoye o de bibia paper bia na o de aba o de ba ya na pass e be ya de a ye be hwemu yi ni ye wo de do kra to ba bia no kra da na onim esi den ena wa ba parliament ye be start process o midway me ba o me junso abo sa ne dem ti o
no but that wasn't what happened. What happened was speaker kwatena ase from anopa na unkrofo yi de meba me kire MPP fo wa mo de na ye titi ade bo am yan kan kwese de tie wa mo de meba kopo anadwo be no nsia na otwese ye twese ye benya eye proper quorum ansa ne aba ana speaker so ontimi ntina wa ma de enche okoye no ogia na chima but my point right now has to do with the approach of the presidency as well. When you have such a hung parliament president said you nka wotena sitimi so da ye hu say we should move a nation. Don't forget say ADAC ABC 1981 Liman time. Liman ye budget ye tone a budget to train ye a leader there. At some point you need to retreat and bring everybody together. What's your majority in parliament there? Now so makwana si reject here. I'm not going to push it down, bring all of them together. You go back to the drawing board. Why is the president not asking for consensus? Say NDC, MPP, please, let's all come back to the drawing board. Now, why is he not taking that approach? Now, as a person or bulldozing the way through unnecessary.
And no, America say, says how no they call or more parliamentary elections now, and no money. Baby, or my corner, and yet, sir, 90s. I'm a money be a bit my bunny this time. And no thing in I entrance and an American catcher say, it's a bet to about 5 million. I bet to go one side. Now, out of that, we need.
There shouldn't be any representation from there.
I mean, it's in I now him. Where we are moving. Abuan a son and I. This one, a son in Za, a son in Watchana, table is a pet. And nothing last, Nanka may suggest say. See, be a young yet to her. Not DC, MPP to her. Your two bedroom. MPP indicate say, oh, it said the air conditioner, and I was here. Now, position, you know. Voice is now your two bedroom more kind. Yeah, watching it. Then the honors so say. Put him say your two bedroom one. Mamika say, we are members. Who is your two bedroom one? Almost who pa I position.
And they say a fact of a politics. I'm telling you. Okay. It is some more Bermudia. Now, more Bermudia, you're too put to moment. Because I don't know. Or the Koha, Mochia, near Bogum, into Petruno, or Niminabona, businessmen and women. Petruno born, there be any. Just to say about economy. Yeah, about economy. So it's my camera. Abrana so on TV XYZ. Now, my wife Kofi Agra per se or making rebata be. But my main car was said to pay capsules to pay no intimate. Adi able to pay what chiri bremo, what chirinka say. Bibia ama uti ya osiatike wa jonku. Uheno ya dia any to pay ointment to pay capsules ana uhia. Now Solak Mesha also ebwa esiesie emano muhehe nihe uzigizaganim ebwa etotaye ho ema eye sebio Kofi Agra moba na ombehunu ho na womutimi etena mensa tom sisi wompade wo ya na ne huni ehwewiem we dabidabi wo pese hosiesie hwehwehwem kama na ubetimi anya ne hwehwehwem a eye nkrodo so bia anya ho a eye tupe ayi Solak mixture mema nsu bin sesom boxes bema ba ko benkatachi utimi hye boxes ba ko no ohwiato eti obeye na dwiba nkrodo so mampele agu ni se ya atwom ade nyina ho ayekuro no de saa mai wo pese eja woye na wodwi dabi wo bema anu hia Solak mixture ade ne dia ya pa ne se asati ama wo na nso ade intimi mpagya betimi atwe se moja kakra emfantire bentire nyina mu asisi enu no hia eye zipman capsules na panyan what de ejikope zipman capsules obi o nso panyan obete de na nso ntimi nko abo a your friend the low sperm count no kokope bi zipman capsules prostafet nso babo amu adwon so boko wo nyina wo ko anim no na odwon so twa na yemre. What you need is prostafet capsules for Dr. Solomon 0245 616 028 no Dr. Solomon Adaroma Ubeyami. Yamra back to the studio. Very quick one, just 1 minute, Rebata.
So answer me Rebata no me nua penny car say be am person for super about the fact that it's a current parliament way. So when who say this current parliament is a unique parliament. We are not going to go anywhere.
Is it not the president who is because also not taking advantage?
In both ways.
No, I believe he is the leader of the nation.
Post channel say,
okay,
like I said, if you not take out your constitutional issue anyway, say, I bind with power, will do everything possible.
Okay.
Why are we not reasoning say,
Who should you blame? Akufo-Addo should be blamed.
No,
this is a case where President Kojina Eye Kumase, Yankasi our majority in Parliament. You see our majority group. If you are a leader, imagine Kofi Agra. One second. Imagine President Akufo-Addo mounts a stage one evening, sit in front of the people, speak to Ghana for say, baby I bedru aso minor. Enye MPP sem, enye NDC sem, or mine who here. We must move this nation forward into necessary Parliament. Everybody should be sober. Look, when they were forming America, learned people sat down, said all states must come together. One of them told them, said, gentlemen, all of us here, but let us be sober a bit and reflect. He said, yes, for a common good. So hasn't the president seen, say, why is he taking a posture of side? I will bulldoze my way through. Why? Why does he want to bulldoze his way through?
In a certain way to calm down. But what I'm saying is that Parliamentary, it's as simple say they should know. This is the first time I tested Parliament. All these issues, say by this Article 104, 102, Bianca wants them. Because anytime you go, the majority has its way, you have your say, and nothing happens. But this time, and this so they should learn from this. It's as simple as yes, idea that kind of adversarial thing over the years, NDC, MPP, these boundary operations. Now, if you say, at the end of the day, nation. That's the first question.
So somebody should do something about it. See, I asked the president a question one day. Say, it looks like a Nyoma are the things one he doesn't need money to do, and two he's not focusing on. Ghana for bread with this winner takes all attitude. The time has come. Nature itself has presented an opportunity. Mawo, as a leader, say you could unite the nation and move forward. But still, you want to take this posture of I am a Akufo-Addo and my MPP is majority in Parliament. So we will bulldoze our way through instead of calling everybody to sit on a round table.
Well, that's why sometimes a bad issue of constitutional matters are those one we can discuss it. But the point I'm making is Parliament has a duty also to show leadership.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a duty. We are a whole house on its own, and we are an arm of government, and they have a leader. They should show leadership. Number two, me ban me case. Few minutes. Rebuttal constitution now, or society medicine as a Marbury. All these things are persuasive. I mean, I don't know. We are a sovereign nation. Even the common law, we share the way it may apply. We share judgment we are. You see that the Supreme Court rely on so many society common law cases. The point I'm making is electoral commission. Say Abunu court at the point in time. Supreme Court might order to electoral commission about passport. You cannot tell me that Supreme Court instructions and orders now, according to Article 2.1, over 2, 3, and 4. No, you do what you like. You have to obey 1 year. It's a high crime. Whether you adopt one procedure or not, you have to obey the orders. Who say Papa no vote during the budget time? No, what's the name? Joe Wise. No, vote on. He said, "Add my vote." Yes, sir. He made himself and said that he's the MP for his constituency, and his vote should be added. The key issue is I don't know whatever procedure you adopt, what Supreme Court has said regarding the interpretation, you have to go by it. And to whatever we say, and the Supreme Court 7-0. Are you getting my point? Master, Supreme Court form, they are not, whether they are appointed by NDC or MPP, whatever they say becomes law, and students will read it one day and say, they use the law and give judgment.
Okay.
It's an emphatic judgment.
You
can disagree with them.
1 minute.
But you cannot bastardize them.
Nobody is bastardizing the Supreme Court.
A lot of people are doing everything.
No,
don't say that. Nobody is bastardizing. And you see, the argument that you are making, I mean, you shouldn't have gone there. Because, of course, all the arguments that we are making here are not. They are persuasive arguments that we are making.
What's a brofu? Maybe I'm not sure who's your ability.
Near me, Patch, and say, and no money will persuasive.
Yes, I agree. Yeah,
arguments now you're making. And yes, sir.
It's law.
You see, argument na you making a persuasive argument. What you say? And I make us say, situation the Supreme Court of the United States was confronted with in the case of Marbury and Madison was a similar situation that the Supreme Court was caught in. Because judgment by won't say Nkofo the Supreme Court is in bed with the government. Won't say yes. You see, and these are some of the things that the Supreme Court should also have been very mindful of. Your friends, the public perception. And judgments in the Supreme Court bano are for at least for the last 3 or 4 years. Judgments in the Supreme Court especially in the political cases, are unanimous judgments. A hard journey, especially for academic study of the law. In most of the cases, Riakoto to 4, there were some dissents. At least, the dissenting opinion enriching the debate. And me must say, judge and song in all the political cases.
Is it not the case, Ebia, in some no so ebano? In some no ebano, clearly,
you see, Minia, don't do that.
Kasa,
you see, these cases are about political
tones,
and I say political interest, because what a friend said, just Abdullah took to court was something that happened in Parliament. Parliament, we have two sides, NPP and NDC. So the two parties had an interest in. Also now crowd here.
Would that not be the case where NDC would have filed for Amicus brief and said that we are interested?
Of course,
which they didn't go.
Of course, they could have. You see, but then again, you see, the problem I think say could have confronted the NDC and they said there is no provision in this constitution which the order of the Supreme Court currently violates or contradicts in this constitution. The standing orders of Parliament, there is no provision, the standing orders which does not allow a deputy speaker to vote in this constitution that it violates. No. We never point to any provision in this constitution which the standing orders of Parliament which does not allow the deputy speakers to vote violates in this constitution.
So what was the essence of
Minia. There is no provision. Until we have one provision now, you react.
So what's the essence? I'm not a Supreme Court.
Minia.
Okay,
allow me. Don't do that. You see, once there is no provisional judgment, no. In fact, your friends, the person could have gone to court only because of what happened on the floor of Parliament. Now, the Supreme Court has given an order. Now, as to whether Parliament is going to obey, the Supreme Court says Parliament should amend their standard.
You are talking about
Minia.
The parliamentarians came there because of the constitution.
No, you too, you can do that. No, you can't interject me. I'm the one speaking. You can't interject me. Write your points down. Write your points down. Don't disrespect our viewers. Don't disrespect our viewers. You're not the only sensible person there. Write it down. No, write it down. I'm saying write it down. Write it down. What are you doing? Don't disrespect our viewers. No, shut up and let me speak. You can't do that. Yes, shut up and let me speak. I said shut up.
No.
Shut up.
Hold on.
What is this?
Kofi, you are interjecting.
You can't do that. Write it down. Write it down.
And so you write the dangerous point down.
Write it down. When interjection is allowed, you can't.
Because you are inviting us to a situation where you want our legislators to be lawless.
Okay, gentlemen. Point well made. Let me move on. Mami reading messages. I say, how can you deny an MP from original duty of representing his constituents because he is a mere deputy speaker? Eric Ajenkusi. Me reading Kofon. Kofi Jai. Kofi Udio Yaninye. Me reading Kofon comment. Eric Ajenkusi. I say, how can you deny an MP from original duty of representing his constituents because he is a mere deputy speaker? Kofi, one point which everybody is not looking at, they say, when you're deputy speaker, it elevates you a little bit above your mere position of being an MP. That is why Ochina says, speaker, no one about Tenemwa, Ubet Mia tell Yonko MP say, you, I won't let you talk. You, I will let you talk because at the end of the day, you have moved from being a member of parliament to just the one who occupies the seat. Again, it comes with certain privileges. Privileges ni bi say o kwan for me na kwan ye ya o kwotene mu a wutimi call whoever to come and answer question. What can say koye for me na kwan no. At that time you were the speaker giving orders. It is a privileges way bar. Then your constituents must equally know say where privileges will come with that position as a deputy speaker of parliament. It also comes with a year near maybe a winter into your 1 year and year. Now, Katache, please tell the traders man that I said he's an MPP man, true and true. That is how he speaks, like all of them are the same. Randolph or say MPP man. I'm not Ghana for.
I'm not somebody you can bully. So you know.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. With all due respect, I don't understand the point of the trader. Please ask him, is he blaming the problems of the parliament? He should analyze his point clear. Jamali Yunus, I don't know which part. His point was very clear made. Okay, please stop inviting guests who are affiliated to political parties, NPP and NDC. None of them here has the portfolio. But the point has to do with diverse views. They are or my is different. The fact that argument now call in favor of you, does not mean obey. They have diverse views. Maybe tia medical catcher move pre-baby say me MPP ni am what MPP bearing card. But as I'm said the tia my granny mesanam kano. Yankon Solak and Chamra Yaba. And before Yabako, the true state of the economy traders union will be here. Abranaah also on TV XYZ and come here.
You Katachi Medasepa, Mamincha, I have Fugina and Subim. I know that ye share prostate enlargement. The Yataka prostate be na prostate na ye can idea. Prostate na ye can say gland. Ne ekɔ science mu a ade a wɔkyi mu nsuo ana opu nsuo ba na eso gland na prostate na nkasa no emema nkwa na prostate gland ma ne bi na yes ono wɔkyi mu nsuo white na ebefra konkonti ba na sperm cell no man form semen. In other words ono wɔkyi mu nsuo na sebe eye swimming pool a spermatozoa na sperm edware wo mu every bema ho ekɔ ba ho nyinsia ba abra ware fo hia. Na ni wi aso ba nyina na say ono ne how pie biensa edin kan e the prostate enlargement say aye kese a che de say nkaye 2 aye prostate infection say bacteria bi abetna mu edidi nom gya de nya gumu 3 aye prostate cancer say ni su no asesa aye bi foforo na ka chi ne yan kan hwe prostate enlargement no yan hwe se de ho sunsun so setie prostate enlargement na nka so ka chi no ne causes no e biensa. Edinka has got to do with age. I'm yet to see 19 years boy out the prostate enlarge. Yeah, the body are cranium. DNA in necessary. Emma prostate enlarge with age. On say 7 pasogram care bonokatachi. Enka average the whole world kwa more crank twice a week. I cowbo midweek, no more weekends. Na more na wo bona prostate ni use no wo use na prostate gland ni age. But we want that this bra yen 40 and 50 no now drop people once a week and now 1 in 2 weeks. 50 to say crumple nature could be 1 in 2 months and now 1 in 3 months. A bassa process ni eye nsuo ne ba na tata ho ache na ye newsu no na akwa so de nsuo ata bara na ankremo we time na agene and mo ayetro. We want that this say enna e di kan ma process enlarge with age. To Ghana for me nyina afo any man nyina afo say owura oye ho ade nko ade a mani mieja mo ne ye bieja no na process nsuo ne ye yusu no na ni age pa. 2 eye nema eye like open rich make a fruit and vegetables e mi nkokɔ no. Fresh tomatoes ebi wom, carrots ebi wom, grapes ebi wom, watermelon ebi wom, onions ebi wom. Anke say yes if you try a salad near the kind diet ho anopa ni the ka ho lunch e bia ka ho supper bia ka ho. Ghana for me man so nya time oni. Ona che me say asem si me ko restaurant bi na abranti bi ba wa je na chicken apayas. Akwa ne nsegu ne bono. Na mo si ya slice fresh onions kakra, ya slice tomatoes kakra, e dey ka ho. O ma focus so nwa check what do you mean? Wait, come here. I don't kasam ya ponchi ana. Me wan ke dey kind diet wan ke be boy. Na wait na prostafet capsules okatachi aba. Okatachi on say prostafet ye fa from 2 words. Ye fa prostanifi prostate mu. And fit ade an ho aden no nya prostafet capsules your body man say John Soboko okatachi bema ensaka prostafeta ye fa lycopene rich materials no and ye say so the right quantity ni peduan ehia how you use prostafet 6 weeks see apa e better take 12 months dia bo ho ban as now you use prostafet another 6 weeks na abo ho ba say dia prostate no enyam enlarge lycopene DNA lycopene antioxidant e ka se bi antioxidant or science mu ade a obo bibi ho ban fa ne se o rest you have na ye soldier for begu asese o wuram na nye okatachi a man red card wonko edika process gland no ohia saa ne ma e de abon ho ban so that be ya anka enlarge bi about obetumi esia no kwan na e affected o it bema won saka prostafet capsules a sansa lycopene rich materials o muntin e be bo aboposit ho ban e de amawo 3 as a course no red meat and nama me nkoko a meka mojanam on say processed gland no eba fruit and vegetables or premium nkoko eba nama ye ready on pe the me nkoko on say ade fe myoglobin no enema enam ye nkoko cow meat to bo so no na say brown and black eti more na wo this animal air come processed gland empe na ke say air come no bamba wanyan kwakwati bambo no so say nke nyina nke ete so near the white meat bekan sumunam monkonom fish nom tilapia nom 1,000 nom na nke introduce into our diet na yeti moja nam so I akokonam as in chicken ye de ka ho a ebeboa yen so nanka rabbits ye describe no as white meat even pork ye describe pork as the other white meat as if myoglobin do I work pork mo now they compare sebe nantwinam na say cow meat ma obo say pork de ye lesser compared to nantwinam de no nanka de yen sa yen so say nyine ye no afa na nama ye ntimi anwe so na afa ne ye bewe when you ma say when my prostate no enlarge na prostate no enlarge pa na symptoms ni makoma for 1. Obon said the ease with which our Johnson entesa. Say first for you are the na upaya ta entesa. After the word Johnson just say what some here any pamro ada was so more answer Johnson about a bone kai say post enlargement about home. Ebio Obon said oh Johnson na Johnson ba na emua pai. After Johnson so bad, I like it pressure. And to me to talk him, I only say, okay, the mamma and papa, open your then costro. No, a wee nest and abesi, some say. And so that answer, Johnson, pressure the man, and I'm box of one, a bone kaye. I found you diabetic, and so surgeon swim pre more than 3 times, and son of the action, a bone kai supposed enlargement the abba. The way you name a dry hair bow. Can you say about the medicine department? Ayaba, a dance your home. I bet me a call abono any address for the prostafet capsules. Prostafet capsules contain alcohols a hodwa, anti-inflammatory. As she say, prostate na question a change from all the angles. They push back to normal size. Drobene sino a bie ama Johnson aba. Ye 8 weeks treatment na prostafet no a revert is how nyina e dey free o dey amount won sanka prostafet ntima ye dey ketita e beto be memo nya say ye ne tri more den droben kwanasi tie say nya flexible to be e hye obema na no ni pia soko ne force bia den na Johnson ba e sempi ba won sanka prostafet capsules ne tim Johnson say ya boko ye telephone numbers no enie MTN no e 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28 and after Airtel also 0261 73 62 63 0261 73 62 63. Kai say a prostafet capsules. Your body man say Johnson Boko.
Johnson. Abo yarela. Johnson Boko. Dr. Solomon Midase. Awayaro bibi kakra jeje wo ho. You're moving back to the studio. Many Ora David, I'm watching our national president, Matthews Advocacy Group Ghana, a credit I can attack. And Ora Kofiagra, governance and security analyst. Mensa Thompson, executive secretary, Asepa. But before you back to the studio, the state of the economy. And they may analysis and nano, Emma Yehunu said now we are Ghana near last year, March, at the rate of 5.2 Ghana cedi per dollar. Now 50,000 eda your economy bank mufanya hwe. And then no kasana sikana depreciated by 24,996. Now come the draw whiteboard be see a calculation. The rate of the dollar fuel anyone says them. Ora, I want to permanent.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, my suffer free here. Yeah, but the starts a kakra. May make also to politicians for. Say to be onoma, Kasabi or honoma, Omunyai. Any one year may be onoma in cause of media politics. Try, yeah, but no, yeah, ye be Christmas last year. Now, dollar was around 6.4 or 6.5. See, how many workers say, ye be Christmas, and then I me here 640,000 Ghana cedis. And that's $100,000. And then me here more than
790,000. Yes, 790,000. 7.9. Yes, Enra, Miss $100.
And unti ama say businessmen and women every blessed day we are losing money.
Yes.
Now your uncle for phobia you see you say nyina no mo kan.
Amwa.
Sanko for no captain the vice president.
Why Dr. Bomia?
Enipa oda go post no governor Bank of Ghana.
Adese.
And near obo 5 no.
Midfield no.
Center back no.
Okay.
Ono your finance minister.
Oforiata.
Na near all strike ura IGP Dampare.
Ade.
Obi webusa me say ade ntina sika eko depreciation of the cedi. Say na me the IGP bem. Mamini can't IGP the any free. Me the IGP bem because Mami we say black market illegal and illegal.
Illegal.
Good. It is obi to make treat to ono I try ni video ka cannot go to Facebook ni e channel. Now obi at edwom obekọ Zongo Lane obekọ Okanshi obekọ Tudu obekọ Alaba obekọ Market Circle obekọ Sunyan commercial bank na chi ho encrofort ho no mo SSK even airport.
Okay, airport
near yase.
What's the airport? Police station, Nima police station chewa. Yes, it's $1 on chewa.
Na
the police station in China, Comfort was $1.
Na IGP. Otu ono mo se uhu sadie we ya. Na de ne opeso ka kire.
Maybe it's not a government policy. Government doesn't support it because government them say be otachi wo mo. Economy ni nyina abedwere gasa Comfort the best seske nyina free mo. So he doesn't want to touch them.
Na government policy ni say ebia artists be misbehave on kochino. You see, sir, and I'm you seek equity, we come with clearance. Oh, yeah, dear, in totality. And yes, we are so I'm a man sabeni, mention, yeah, you be by your uncle. Sure, many what is here to do. Yeah, do one of my much for. And crow for Ghana, your dollar at the neighboring countries.
That's true.
Now, your countries are, all West Africa countries are, almost banks, waha. Who you Ghanaian businessman who say go with them? They can never give. You won't get dollar there. Anytime you ask of dollar, they don't have. $80 in a Bank of Ghana, them are money fine. And until I'm the IGP, a bear mono. After IGP, no company baby. Sure. Yen you penny baum. His Excellency the Vice President. Saying to you before a tag, you the press release Babon, you say, also Casa. And they say, a dreaded media or a reasibia, a year idea friendly projections. You ever started the year 2021. Maybe project is a very no, maybe $1 no, a 6.5. It's in the name of my coffee, and calculations by my meeting me at town, I'm retailer now, wholesaling, no, minimum one am at the budget. 2022. May I imagine answer na December there, not dollar na do 7. Na dollar na do 7 na se first quarter kran wie. Na dollar na yako 8 dia.
Yes sir, yako edru ho anisa.
Asem do kan obi to suma wa na ede.
Oh, edru ho anisa because as adenra dollar ekoye 1 2 3 be 3 times yesterday.
And I'm Mrs. Sabi.
Oh, I don't know.
What even the receipt?
Oh,
I know I'm your transfer. What even the receipt?
I'm saying, no better.
You started no anopa. You started no anopa. Now, baby, 6 7. No, 7 6 5 7 8.
Ebi ya
765. Mini pa ba ko fra me also
775.
Bra pa ni o ye.
You guys are going to 785.
You see, enunti Oma bonte no mo meka nkyere Ghana reserves. Se bibi na akoti montwe bi mra.
Wo mo twe ba wo mo abesa to e de akọ. Wo mo ani papa ne fo ye di man so yi. Wo mo beto de akọ akogu wo mo bank account mu wo eye Switzerland. Ene de ekeka ho. Wo mo ana to. Wo mo a. Okay. Enunti na no ba ko bi prime minister bi a ye nim no. Na yeso a yesi a yesi so bre mo obi ade. Yeso a yesi a yesi. £1 million bi anga FM ko UK. Yes, stop it. No, stop it anga asama. One more na 20 pabone for no.
It being the leader of economic management team, I think it's about time. Obitim Beka Sachere, the business community.
Why, Dr. Bomia?
Yes.
Or Chawaba can 2024?
No. Ebedu and I too late. Now, saying here, finance minister, or no, should you woman say, Share your TV XYZ. Now, say, LPM Zamoye. You see, China every Tuesday. Ebi amone me mudidwa masoma me marketing officer se bia omra no meye enquiries amazo na de ye manager amfa rate my entitwen oko the various port of entry every Tuesday na rate ya de duty echo
how
enti I don't know say we here PhD ansa na yetimi ehun say yam peg side we quarterly and I have a yearly and annually say a be a 50 January the end of March.
Ya peg dollar ni.
Ya peg dollar be a 6.8. Yeah, it is duty. Yeah, Bob Wedge na okofa niema aba no. Ama na ye projection say enema ya make ofa bay. Say me ba na say me duty ye say ya dey work dollar 6.8. This are the finance minister on doing it. Sadia way ya dia the finance minister ntimi nya ma 24. Ya kasa asem way every day bia you be opportunity no mbe hie bia ya kasa asem way. Yeah, yes sadia way even psychologically e beti mama dollar no kwa yeden aba form kakra. E no so omonye.
So bia nim say projection ne 6.8 on pre no nkoto bi mu wo. Ye jam for pre-nkoto bi mu wo ne say wonim say dollar ne kosoro. Ni sika e devalue. Now wonim say last year made 460,000 kokra cars eba Ghana. As admin o kase sembesem kokra the same cars ba. I need about 680,000. That means sika na me kokra car ne ba ye mfa so amenya ye kra no. Esa me say akobbo bosia ebe kan won ansan metnya. Which country is this?
Madam will be jamming 250,000 Ghana cedis say o tu kwamba. Anam so ene de nyame adom na adwuma ye nti no. Minimum investment bia so the tuma at least we 20%. It here bank tum. Now wana me ho kan catch me say I don't know how many fans $100 nto. Ono so oye adwuma financial institution.
O say
okay na me
okay obema problem oba enchire ho. Enchire uni we enchire ho no. There will be a problem.
T.
Oyere there will be a problem.
Sure.
But senye bone na mempesi be di Ghana fo a ane Ghana aban no a ma mention calculations be the okay 250,000 say 460,000 no me de kokra cars ba ya mpese mrante nya adwuma ye no say me de $1 to ho a at that time the dollar was 5.2 last year. Now me de 460,000 $1 to ho a now the dollar is 7.8 this year.
Almost double of your money.
Almost double of my money. 460,000, Kabenya 660,000 Ghana cedi in a year. A profit of 200,000. Profit in a year. So mismanage of the economy by Baumia. And now go for Yajmo. No,
that is what is happening.
Yes. Cause of manage economy.
And no push inflation. We call it demand pull inflation because there's no productivity.
So what I say.
And I'm chini $1 and I'm chini
oh yeah, but when you make sure when you do hot. Oh, ain't it? I can say. Oh, say your status are doing na they make yeah person Ghana me twin adwin na so ne say. Ye nyina ye wo man mu. E be ye den pa say ye ne ye pan na ye wa he. Wo ma obi blades over ntwe obi betimi di atwa. Ghana ye nte sa. Hwe uko fie bi mu adent si anansen kwa se biesi ye ni oba na yere ye MPP e na be ma na ye ndisi se bi ogana
never see my
ye wa nnuanu a ebi wɔ NDC ebi wɔ MPP ɛkyɛ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ nipa baako ɛno nti yɛde adwadifoɔ yɛka ne sɛ vice president ne economic management team ne finance minister ɔmo tie yɛ nea yɛ solutions ne sɛ nyambo a Monday anopa ɔmampanyin saa GP pɛ sɛ yɛ instruct na ɔmo make sure sɛ ɔmo ɛyɛ saa illegal activity black market gakye ɔmo nyinaa 2 Monday anopa ɔmo yɛ announcement sɛ the next quarter rate a yɛde yi nneɛma wɔ various port of entry no
dollar ba for mo
ɛkɔsoro ɔno de ɔmo mfa ma yɛ 7 yɛpɛ ɔmo nyɛ ne 7 to the next quarter no yɛpɛ ɛba boa ma dwadini no because they say dwadifo budget nyinaa asɛ they say yɛte wonim me nneɛma egu yi say menim say memfa nkɔ shop anaa mentwentwɛn because they say wotɔ nneɛma no koraa no wolusu nneɛma no so gu hɔ so wolusu nti nea wotwɛn na agya nsuo baabi ɛde bɔɔde no bɛfa no ɛduru a no apɛ ne sibire
my way.
Say the before the.
What you know, Vanza?
Before bread. Me too for say. Me de makase. NDC MPP. Me mo bia amfa dollar no. E me ye. You go use omu no mu ndimi kutes kan mai.
That's what I'm saying. Me shall don't do the kind. Say be ya kofi ebe mo na nka wa yedi bi. Nti dia do it. Famisi.
I think the issues are from the traders now making is very, very important. You say they are feeling it, and I think that we all have to feel their pain. Okay, the problem now you be do say the system and the hardship I almost say, you know. We must first admit the root of the problem.
Okay.
And some prophecy solutions. Where is the root of this problem coming from? The underlying problem of this economic crisis is the so-called banking sector cleanup.
Okay.
And all the financial buffers I was system collapsed no portal and the economy, it left the economy hanging. A buying fire taxpayers' resources, 21 billion at the good banks.
Or the good banks are not coming.
Or the good banks. Or the good banks.
Or coming in a boom year back.
One can go banks maybe. Be and numbi no kambu for me CBG. But they are can go. Meanwhile, not banking sector problem now no. Not problem no. You need about 9 billion to solve the problem.
Okay.
And a bank offer 21 billion. Edigo banks, no, some of the savings and loans companies almost sank. But banks were spending 21 billion. Now, one more, idea no affecting almost no more indigenous banks. And I mean, you can say most of the foreign banks, you know, dollar crowd upon Maubi, Nabusian. Your Nigerian banks will chrome hard. They collect the savings of Ghanaians and give it to Nigerians to do business. The Kofa Nyoma. Ghanaian businessman ko ha mo man Bosian. Indigenous banks na or no woman na Emma yen local traders ni businessmen no Bosian
bank na sebo.
Woman na Emma yen ko for no
UT bank na sebo.
UT bank no. Woman na Emma the local businessmen Bosian. And you free on say, you know, what you did, they say, you created wealth for the foreigners in the country. You know, a bank policy of borrowing from the local banks. So what to say, Fitch, I downgraded 2 of our local banks.
I wouldn't want you to mention.
I won't mention their names. 2 of our local banks wouldn't be entire because of overexposure to government securities. I buy so the banks you know were practically working for the government. Or the Bosia I was say or they might the 4 year Jumano. Now buy a kotia salaries.
A bank soon is say
a bank soon to me. And now Bosia bano bar amanon swa ye whom be a secanafa. Now say what is IMF? the World Bank country director.
This
is the second time I say, in fact, these people are diplomats. They don't even talk. They deal with the government and the agencies behind the scenes. I was a Ghana for a Busa Central for Bumbisa said. At then, as I say, the World Bank, the country director, because
and the word he used was that the state of the economy is very serious. Open up to your people.
Yes, but
and you see, people have said the only reason Oforia Tampes Obeko World Bank and the IMF and say he's been cooking the books over the years.
You see, first comment that the IMF country director Ebeka said during the COVID period. Buying the World Bank, Ghana buying $660 million.
Was it 430?
No, 660.
Okay.
See, come the man, $430 million. No, the man say you find your COVID testing, medicines, PPEs, what have you. And my another $130 million say you find vaccines. We no see small businesses are COVID now affect them. No, my $100 million say you chema womo. See, can way. I buy to catch it. Say, well, for my $100 million pay. And that is why now they have to come out and tell us, no, this is how much we gave to you. I buy no. Okay, $660 million in Ghana economy. Should our dollar be rising like this? Because you can't remember Bank of Ghana.
IMF gave us about $1 billion.
World Bank and IMF gave us $2 billion.
Yes, in two tranches.
In two tranches. Should our dollar be falling at this rate? If you have all this money coming into the economy? And so what is the problem? It means there's some leakage somewhere. Somebody somewhere is carrying all this money out of the economy. Who are the people moving money out of the economy? So all these issues they are worried. They are very, very worried. You see,
2 minutes, never see mommy.
You see, when it comes to some of these economic issues, they must be they must be addressed very, very, very carefully. You see, not a minute do so man and can was a conversation because we have a national crisis on our hands. Petrol book cost through, a dollar no cost through. Inflation cost through. This is not the time the president must exhibit signs of condescension. A hand tiny kokoti.
And no condescension.
Condescension.
What a bravo.
You see?
Extravagance like
yes, utie, and someone all come about rule. You could see, say, there's a president who is not willing to humble himself and lead the people out of a crisis. Still now, that's what in a hand time once even in the midst of a crisis, when the people of this country are calling for leadership, because of the Russian and Ukraine crisis, things are going to get worse. In the fuel prices, politics. Of course, politics. But we must point out the things abandoned to cushion with the consumers. We are a net importer of crude. Crude will walk us through. No. We also benefit. We benefit.
Yes, we do.
Because your budget, no, revenue side, no, the amount of money that we are going to get from crude, no, at that time you peg it at $60 per barrel. So say I didn't could do 130.
So you are gaining more.
So you are gaining. Engineer can say, why don't you use the surplus you are gaining from that windfall to cushion consumers? And you are not better for OMCs, no, and any BDs is not tenacity. Say, okay, this is how much surplus we are getting. Okay, how much will it cost us to peg the oil price at this level, so that government will use that windfall to settle the difference. And every month, if government sells our crude, we'll use that windfall to stabilize the fuel price. That is something about my and now no Castilla. Why are they not doing it? So, Minya, we must we must call on our president, say, this is not the time for him to continue that unacceptable condescension. Now, only kind of fun working out a plan. We and NPP NDC, let's all come together and let's work out a plan that will move us out of misery, because I want to know and affect NPP nipe and I affect NDC nipe.
Mr. Thompson, executive director. Oragovia grandpa Chavamisi.
Oh, me once again. I mean, economy so, but at least
economy be no achieve.
Exactly. Democracy is not can per se. It's about say we should see things happen. Yeah, I mean that's the point. Since we were born, 1989, echo IMF, by almost Palms card, up to today. Since we were born, it's the same thing. It's a cyclical thing, all based on the structure of our economy. A structure. And if we don't move away from, say, 2015 or 16, we are causing at that time, we're looking at almost about 73.something% of debt to GDP.
Debt to GDP,
say, resources are
meanwhile, GDP no aya womode GDP ne mu 74% in year there. Foreigners, they do this debt to GDP in sign a kakruma. GDP. Well, the
point is that
mining companies in Kakruma, empty and Kakruma, Vodafone half on Kaha. So with GDP Kurono.
So which are the benchmarks we use?
GNP.
No, but that is the economists. Yeah. So economists on which say, "Oh, you GDP, I don't get it." But that's how we use
meanwhile, these are the real issues.
And the issue is that we have a debt overhang on us. Of course, fuel price is going up, but say domestic issues well, regardless of the fuel situation. Like my brother was saying, we are net exporters, so some way somehow we could push in there. But the other side is a demand supply thing, and it's a demand supply to the extent say, revenues of a budget and expenditure. One of the difficulties I have with our system is that the leakages now our system now impeding. So, for example, we want to do e-levy. Some way somehow at this stage it appears and the best option, whichever rate, I don't know. But the point is, how do you use this money?
Then I appear the best option.
No, and the circumstances.
You won't come here. Which best option?
The point I'm making is saying,
whatever the best option, whoever
whatever the options, no. Whatever I'm saying,
semantics.
As it stands now, someone should tell me what we should be doing. You go back to IMF.
You go back to IMF. Point that we lose 33.5 billion in the space of 5 years.
That's the point I was coming to say. Whatever happens now, regardless of whatever say we take now, I was talking about expenditure side. Leakage does for country, and this one is both with the politicians and with the people. Why are we allowing corruption to overtake this country? And you know, the point I'm making is who call every institution in this country. We are glorifying corruption to the point say so will be our own corruption. People think you are rather bad. Why can't we stop these things?
Who must stop it?
Of course we have leadership.
The people.
We have leadership.
The people don't stop corruption.
No, I'm saying we have leadership, but the point is who did they pack to on or baby? So enforce the law. Oh, say, see this special office of the special prosecutor. Do you know one of the parties they have said, oh, ill-gotten wealth, they can trace it and then hold you responsible for it. My point is, they are checking corruption over swallow it as a country. Whatever we do, you bet me the e-levy, we can change everything. But the leakages in this system, too much.
Talk of corruption.
And expenditure.
Talk of corruption. And Nyama influence corruption in this country. One is greed and one is need.
Of course, I agree.
Mind you, say, you won't go for genuinely.
Yeah.
Say, you financial supporter. Say, a genibo mutirimua. Ebi an yere person a hairdressing salon. Or person be after all, the hairdressing salon. Say, about cap out of your GDP corona. But this is a case where we've created a system where there is no financial assistance for these people. If you look
at rent,
and again, there are people who has all this money.
Yeah, but
these are the people we are talking about.
Yeah, that's
who see Diamond Crawford?
Yeah,
who see more money the Kosi Glemi?
Yeah,
Nasabio and Sasia Bay, the central business point in Yano, the Pabone for Maton, Mamone Mobusia, for them to team, cantonmen, or see why miwa. So at the end of the day, Nipanin him say, Juma, Juma, be 30-40 years, sir. Obenya, a year, a danke to a beer, or come back on the area. The only reason here, GR ni so Juma, or ne a company owner no. Ebe ye no ma ye undercut ne se eso si dan de ni tiri to bed. Orient na wusi. The bonefo mo se mo ye system. The same that orient na o say si. You consider your friend affordable, but you cannot even afford it. So this that element is very key. Number 2, ubasa then expenditure. Ultimately, let's just cut down expenditure. For me, it must have leadership. Say let's see it, because by the time you come and convince the young man there that you should live a certain lifestyle. Let's see our leaders. And I know me will say kojo pon kroma. Me will say kojo pon kroma Abrante bi kobisa an question. Government should cut their expenditure. You know how Kojo does things. He tries to intimidate journalists. Now why you know say you know I say you know say why as Abrante ni musanya answer question. Munsa mugunu no amoti VAT munu amode kwasire 11 no na nkrofo so monkate. Yeah. You cut it, a lot of this thing.
You see, last 2 weeks, and I went, I told him, Samasa, ain't he, opinion, I see at years, and I would drive, I would see car, no, but you don't follow the driver, only the job is so, Papa, I'm watching. Well, ordinarily, so you use Sakana. Well, because it works on charger. Oko long journey. O chamber 10 minutes before you put it. Yes, that's but fine. In this case, where they 1 hour. Or boy gallons. And the point is that we should understand as a nation that we are in a certain situation now. This is not the time for we only live a certain lifestyle. Let's all sacrifice. Let's all sacrifice.
Just 1 minute.
1 minute.
You see, talking about the leakages. Or say, Emredu, say in free HHS program, we need to rethink about it.
Sorry.
We need to sit down and review the policy properly because it's not sustainable. I will say a bank cut it down on the wage bill. Side checks for no massive so more good payroll no so now. Or a be a good GMP and your friend saying VRA ne one NPA so or motivate come more but some so no market to ya GMP no they should cut it. I feel our evidence to that. Oh dear, what can somebody that's why in some trouble. How would I pay? And them aware. And some trouble. And some trouble. Payroll. Oh, missing some trouble. That payroll. So media house. Ha. But some jacket or GMPC in Nigeria. Aye. One more. The number of presidential staffers 1,000. You go Omugu Jubilee House or you cutting it down. All these are leakages. And every 4 years, they should cut it down. It's not what back to the studio. You guys have video on my Ghana and some much here. Yampong, if it's some the doors, or minor team in some who the doors. You see, Mammy, yes, signing off on Mammy Kabibi, President Kufuado. I was somebody that really admire you. And let me say, no, okay, now I don't really admire you that much. I'll be very honest. I used to really admire you. I thought you were the one going to take Ghana to the next level. And taking Ghana to the next level, and your man na ye pesa wo ba be ye no. And your man here sika ansa no waye. We just wanted you to set the system right. One, okay, I say JJ Rawlings constitution and your papa. Sabio, okay, I say JJ Rawlings amemo no kurano. Somebody says the sovereignty of the people by the power of the gun. Well, we call for democracy. It turns the power of the gun into a political party. And this is a working illegality. So NDC, being a working illegality, clearly the constitution, which is the backbone, should be a working illegality for you. So opportunity has presented itself. Senka obeti miabua amiya change. On say still a dre a hunting ema okwama onye. Share to be a leader is not about brofoka. Sometimes you need to hold the bull by the horn. Other times you need to lead the people. And this is the time where president, you need to lead the people rather than ruling them.
Yeah, dear, you better so I cannot crash because you only say growth one building in any sycophant. They just want to bootlick you and get something here. You free bonfire chance about you politic bag. We will continue to speak truth to power without fear, without favor. Opa memfa. We are there 2024. Will be free so. Or legacy will be one of the worst if you don't change. You better kind of crash. Mimi di Edward Katechi Afrifa Mensa. Somebody I know president Akufo-Addo Asempa, but he say on penasim because on your leader. Yabasa Bani Ababe Ejuma next week. But until then, let me show you so I still bear the spirit of our forebearers. From Kenneth Kauna, Leopold Senghor, Samora Masema, Madibu Keita, Jomo Kenyatta, Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah. Umina sunsum timemuna mide ejuma. Hasta la victoria sempre. Until victory, always a luta continua. Prodio e patria for God and country. Agosi abno wabano wakramo. Yabese share next week.
A feature come how
Sure, now journalism for the